How is the most recent decision on the Fed chair, Lisa Cook, staying in place, and how is that affecting your Denver home value? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. It's the beginning of October, and the September numbers are out, and we're going to check out what's going on and see what's actually going on with your biggest asset, your home in the Denver metro area. And to start off, like we always do, getting right into it, new listings. This is the big topic. We actually bucked a little bit of a trend here, which is an anomaly. We went up in listings from August to September, which does not happen but once every 5 to 6 years. We're looking at a 5-year history here on this chart. So we're going to watch that closely and see what this next 30 days does. If we keep going up in new listings, we might be in for more price suppression. Active listings. This is what everybody's talking about. We are up 15% year over year still, which is a little down from previous years, but we're still at quite a few active listings. And if we look back here, we haven't seen this many active on the market since 2011, right? We were still in the recovery from 2008. So this is what you've got going on. You have competition out there if you're a seller. Pending listings. What's great, though, is we're up over 5% in pending listings, meaning there is some more activity on the buy side, and closed listings were up about 8% year over year. Great sign overall. I'd like to see that be more 10, 12, 15%. But again, we're going to pay attention to this over the next few months, find out what's going on. Days in MLS. Creeping up there as it does this time of year. We're at 58 days on the market on average across the Denver metro area, which is up 23% year over year. A lot of sellers are still pushing it on price, which is creating a dangerous situation where you have to do massive price drops in order to catch up with the competition, because there's probably 10, 15, 20 other homes for sale in your specific neighborhood. Month supply of inventory. This is up there at over 4 months right now, and that's considered a balanced market by the old rule of thumb. Again, we haven't seen this much month supply of inventory since 2012 now, okay? So pay attention to this. If you're on the market to sell, you have to be priced right, which does not mean pushing it in price. It's going to bite you in the butt, and you're going to end up losing more money than you would have if you would have just started at the right price. It's hard to always prove that, but trust me, when we've been doing this for as long as we have and been doing this over 15 years, that's exactly the narrative that happens. Amount of showings right now to going under contract, the average is 14, and we're getting about 4 showings per listing per month. So that's 1 showing per week. Now, the closed price, which is what you want to know. We are up 0.9% year over year. So we're kind of flat over the last 2, almost 3 years now, going back into 2022. It's just kind of creeping along. And if you've been paying attention in your neighborhood, it may not feel like that, because some neighborhoods are up drastically 15 to 20%. Other neighborhoods are down 10, 15, 20%. Newer built homes built in the last few years close to other new build communities are struggling pretty hard right now. So it's micro markets all throughout the metro area. And so if you need help kind of narrowing it down and putting your pulse on it, what I want you to do is just feel free, reach out to me. You can call me, text me, or you can just get on my weekly email here, scanning this QR code to keep up to date on the best Denver market information you can have. Now, if you're new here, my name is Alex Saldana. I've been doing this since 2010, helping buyers, sellers. I'm very numbers based. And when it comes to something like this Lisa Cook decision and why it's so important. So if you don't know, it was Lisa Cook is being indicted, I believe, by Trump for mortgage fraud. He wants to remove her to put in somebody that he appoints into the Fed, which would mean that I think he would have 4 people that are appointed to the Fed, which, on the surface, the Fed is supposed to operate independently of the government, but we all know that it doesn't quite work like that in politics. And if you believe that it does operate independently, no matter who's there, I love you for being so innocent, but I don't believe that's exactly how it works. But what this then means is that, Trump is a real estate guy. all of his friends are real estate people, right? And so what they're going to want to do to try to boost real estate prices and activity is to lower interest rates. And that was the whole idea with getting Lisa Cook out of there so he could put somebody in and then start aggressively lowering rates. That's what I believe the agenda was. Now that that cannot happen, and Lisa Cook is going to stay in there, we might just hover with interest rates. I think we'll see a slow decline in interest rates. I think we'll see into the fives come the first quarter and the second quarter of 2026. But I don't think we're going to see fours within 2026. And so it just kind of changes that dynamic of what's going to happen this coming spring. So, what do you do with this information? If you're a buyer, I think there is an opportunity in our current market right now where you buy with some depressed prices and you get a not so great interest rate in the low sixes. And then when interest rates drop by half to three quarters of a point, you do a refi. If they keep dropping even more, do another refi. But lock in that price currently, because if rates do drop by a full point or more over the next 6 to 12 months, then we're going to see prices escalate 5 to 10%. It is going to happen fast. If you're on the sell side, you need to price very realistically. And I don't mean closed properties in the last 3 to 6 months. Those are no longer setting prices in your neighborhood. What's setting prices is your competition, because that's what other buyers are going to be looking at. If you have 15, 20 homes for sale in your neighborhood, they're going to be looking at all of those and basing their decision off of those, not what closed a few months ago. So don't get caught into that trap. Again, my name is Alex Saldana. If you have any questions, feel free, reach out, call me, text me. And until the next time,